Man, 2020 be hitting different right now. Hello everyone, my name is Mad Scorpion, and welcome to Festival of the Lost 2020. So, for those of you who don't know, and maybe have just been joining us in this year of Destiny, Festival of the Lost is essentially the Halloween event, if you could not tell by the very spookified decorations and the fact that I'm wearing a chicken mask. But aside from that, this is a few-week-long event. Will be going all the way until the week before Beyond Light. So if you want to run things quickly to get them out the way, you really don't need to, because you almost have till the end of the year, at least the year of Destiny. So, what happens with Festival of the Lost? Well, a iteration of the Infinite Forest rolls around known as the Haunted Forest, which is essentially an escalation game. You want to play to get candy. That is all. No, that's actually just a joke. They actually reworked it this season. So instead of it takes a kin from the old Nightfalls of old. If you remember back in Destiny 1, whenever you completed a Nightfall, you were given an optional chest. And that chest required a skeleton key to open. And you had the option of whether or not you wanted to open it. When you finish this year's version, you get a free chest opened by default, as well as 5 additional chests that if you have the exotic cipher, the King's Decoder, I believe it was phrased, you can just earn them. 100%, you can just open it up. Now, per the usual, it is candy for the general currency and chocolate strange coins for the extra one. Some new masks have come around, and I believe the old one are available somewhere else. But we now have the Fractured Traveler mask for 10 chocolate strange coins. You look like the Traveler. A Varix mask for an amount I did not see before I opened it up for 20. An Extra Stranger mask for 30. Grumpy. A Anna Bray mask for 40. And then a Wrapped Traveler mask for 50. It makes it look like a little mummy traveler. Little bald head. And then a Cauldron mask, also known as the Bowling mask, for another 10. But I'm assuming that's the one you get for getting every other one. So, per the usual, there are a bunch of triumphs in line with this event. I shall run through them real quick. They're typically just pretty much playing the event. So, with Festival of the Lost, we have various ones. Of course, the one on top is for completing all Festival of the Lost triumphs. But keep in mind, those are specifically for these year's events. All these other triumphs from the past 2 years, forget them. You don't ignore all these. What you're gonna want is these 7 right here, including the secret one whenever it gets revealed. Opening caches with cipher decoders. Oh, what? Well, okay. I thought the first 3 are all cipher caches. So open 45. It's gonna be a bunch. As well as acquiring all the Festival of the Lost masks, the Mummy Ghost from Eva Levante, the Festival of the Lost Sparrow from Eva Levante, as well as the Festival of the Lost Ship, which I believe is right up front. Let's see, is there any requirements for that? Cash grab, cash cow, cash galore. Okay, so each of the triumphs are pretty much side by side. Of course, you do need the candy to buy them, but you need to open a certain amount of caches to unlock the shell, and you need a certain amount of caches to unlock the sparrow, and the same thing goes for the ship, and there is a triumph in turn for each one. So, aside from opening caches and collecting ships, the only other triumph is for collecting all the masks, which is essentially just play stuff and get chocolate strange coins, complete bounties, complete the Haunted Forest, and you will likely get all of these. So, that is the basic explaining I can do for now. Why don't I launch us into the Haunted Forest to go and show you what it is all about. So, I don't think you heard the scream, but once you reach certain parts of the forest, you'll be teleported in this boss arena, so you can fight this little boss here. Aside from this, I know it's showing up a little bit far into it, but I decided to take a second take, because the first take was kind of trash. So, you would fight this boss, kill various enemies as the time would go on, and they get steadily tougher, because as you can see, attrition is on. Oh, he respawned. I did not want that. So, you're going to want some sort of heavy for damage and everything else for ad clearing. Aside from that, that's about all the setup you truly need. If you're trying to go for records, of course, you could refine it a bit further, but that's all you need to know, really. So, you would start out like this. You would spawn here, and the timer would be at 15 minutes originally, but since I'm about way through, it is at 8. The timer is not how long you're here, it's essentially how long until you get your last run. Now, once the timer runs out, it will respawn restrict, where people cannot respawn on their own. And if you wipe, you instantly finish. But if you don't wipe, you're allowed to finish that last little boss, and then it takes you to the loot room, which I shall show you once we get there. Now, aside from that, there isn't much to really be worried about. This pretty much operates just like the Infinite Forest, with daemons and proxies blocking your access. With this, though, as you go further and the multiple runs through, you get more modifiers. It usually runs, what was it? Glass, which halves your health but doubles your recovery. Then follows attrition, then grounded, and then I think blackout. And after that, it starts doubling up. Initially, it goes blackout and glass, if I remember correctly. Now, aside from that, I shall make markers as I come across them. Hopefully, if I do, because I think we shall run into at least the Invincible Terror once more. And if you have no idea who he is, you're in for a surprise. Oh, and a little pointer. It might be worth it to wait for teammates to revive you, because if you respawn, you teleport all the way back to the start. Just a little pointer there that should be known. Ah, and as I say that, this is something else you're going to want to keep your eye out for. Occasionally, it'll spawn a little extra area, which is some free loot for you. It'll likely give you some chocolate strange coins. Oh, and here we go, to the boss fight. So, like you saw, once you reach the top, you'll hear a little scream, and it'll take you back to the boss fight arena, and you will essentially repeat that sort of thing over and over until your timer runs out. And once your timer runs out, this is where it would end. It would you would carry on per the usual until you got to here. And once you killed the boss, then it would teleport you to the final room. And once you get to the final room, I shall explain in more detail what to do. Oh, there's the man of the hour. There is the Invincible Terror. Oh, it's called the Unyielding Terror here, but it was the Invincible Nightmare not long ago. I'm not sure why they keep changing his name. But either way, he is very powerful. Yeah, he's literally invincible. So, what are the whys? If you see him, best steer clear, because he will wreck you very badly. Okay, once your timer runs out and you finish, either you wipe or you finish the boss, you come here, but be wary, for there's a monster lurking beneath. And he's really difficult to shake, but there is a way out, so you don't have to worry about that too much. I know, I cheesed it, but I already knew what to do. So, once you finish, your final chest will open, and you will either earn some stuff or it will get sent to Postmaster, but you'll likely get a bunch of candy and chocolate strange coins. Now, as well, all of these extra chests require a cipher decoder, which I'm not exactly sure how you get, but I think you get it by running strikes while wearing a mask. Well, strikes, gambit, crucible, blah, blah, blah. But aside from that, that is everything you need to know about Festival of the Lost. If you enjoyed the video, a like, share, and subscribe would be much appreciated. Aside from that, that is all for now. Bye-bye.